I'll take any questions around the content I've covered, or I'll take your wider questions on affiliate marketing and partnerships. But before I begin, I thought it might help if I tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm James Bentley, UK Strategy Director at Awin, a global leader in affiliate marketing and partnerships. In the past 20 years of my working experience in digital and e-commerce, I've worked across all of the major channels, managing campaigns and clients across paid search, social, display, email, and of course, affiliate partnerships. In my role as UK Strategy Director at Awin, I oversee the growth and development of our media source, partner, and technology ecosystem. Outside of Awin, I spend a lot of time with my best friend, who also happens to be my wife, Alexandra. We've had to do a lot of things quite differently this year, like working from home, working out outdoors, and learning new skills remotely, like making sushi with our friends over Skype. Over the past year, I've often thought to myself how much different life may have been during this pandemic were it not for the internet. E-commerce has been a lifeline to all of us, helping us shop more safely, and by doing so, helping us slow the spread of the virus. E-commerce has also been a lifeline for many businesses, helping them move online and not just keep the lights on, but also grow. This is something that we've seen firsthand at Awin over the past year, with hundreds of businesses joining us to grow their online presence through cost per acquisition, media sources, partners, and technology. Now, this move to online, widely known as digital disruption, is something that affects all of us, and all available information suggests that the pandemic has accelerated this disruption, compressing a decade's worth of change into just 6 months. Here we can see data from the Office of National Statistics showing us that total retail sales are now, online is now accounting for around 30% of these. What we don't know is how lasting this disruption or these specific changes are. What we do know, however, is that pandemic or no pandemic, no business, big or small, is immune to disruption. It's staggering to think that, according to research by Accenture, over 50% of Fortune 500 firms disappeared since the millennium. Family favorites like Toys R Us, Borders, Blockbuster, and so many more, outpaced and outperformed by innovative technologies and fast-moving competitors. Further research by Insight also shows us that the average tenure of S&P 500 firms is shrinking at an alarming rate, reducing from 24 years to just 12 years over the next half decade. Why is this important to marketers? Well, because digital marketing and advertising have been at the epicenter of this disruption and transformation, fueled by the seismic growth of Google, Facebook, and Amazon. It's no wonder then that over half of CMOs, when interviewed by Gartner, say that the pace of change is their top priority. I myself can remember when I started my career in digital marketing 20 years ago, few people understood my work or what I did. Today, issues like privacy, ad targeting, and so many more related matters are widely discussed across dining tables, boardrooms, and even in the highest political institutions of our land, all fueled by the growing concentration of power held by Google, Facebook, and Amazon. Now, these companies, undoubtedly, while they control 70% of ad spend, they have delivered important innovation in the past decades. But despite all of this progress, proving value still remains a fundamental challenge, with up to 60% of marketers saying they want better measurements of success. And this puts businesses and marketers within those businesses in a difficult position because they want to innovate, they want to diversify, but doing so really isn't that easy. And when we look at the digital marketing and advertising landscape, we can see that choice isn't the issue. There is an abundance of choice. Email, paid search, social, display, loyalty partners, price comparison partners, influencers. There is so much choice. But when you think what it takes to identify, onboard, manage, scale, and coordinate payments across all of these different opportunities, suddenly it can feel rather overwhelming. And that's just the media sources and partners. Over the past decade, we've seen a boom of innovative marketing technologies, with Gartner estimating that around 30% of marketing budgets are now invested in them. Innovative technologies like data-driven attribution, personalization, product recommendation engines, social referral engines. But when you think what it takes to start working with some of these technologies, there's a lot to do. Firstly, just researching which partners would work for you could take weeks. Then there's the matter of privacy, security, and GDPR due diligence that you need to do. Then there's the matter of implementation. Who knows how long that could take? But more fundamental than all of this is the fact that whether it's a media source, partner, or technology, each has their own preferred metrics of success and their own preferred commercial model. CPCs, CPMs, CPLs, click-through rates, conversion rates, likes, shares, license fees, or even payment by IO. Just thinking about how to coordinate this, again, feels very overwhelming. And often, some costs go completely unaccounted for in return on investment calculations, like integration fees, or perhaps even the costs of your own development teams to implement these technologies. Far too often, this leaves businesses with damaging measurement and value silos, making them slow in decision-making, inflexible when they need to adapt, disjointed in their strategy and tactical execution, all the while driving up costs and opportunity loss. And now more than ever, businesses and marketers need solutions that overcome these problems, not add to them. Because today, to outperform disruption, businesses need to be four things. They need to be diverse, trusted, agile, and aligned. We need diversity and media and technology partners because audiences are always changing. We need to work with trusted, privacy-centric partners so our customers can trust us. We need to be agile, always testing, because the competitive landscape never stands still. And finally, most of all, we need to be aligned in our strategy through alignment in our measurements of success. And this point of measuring success is pivotal to marketers, because for marketers, success is return on investment, the effective and profitable application of our budgets. At the end of the year, when we report our results, that's what truly matters. Fortunately, today, we have a near universally recognized metric for measuring digital marketing success. 3 simple letters, CPA, cost per acquisition, only paying for sales or revenue that is delivered. The affiliate channel has been fundamental in pioneering, championing, and scaling the adoption of CPA. I'm old enough to remember when, back in the early 2000s, the CPA, cost per acquisition, was a challenger to the less efficient incumbents of cost per click and CPM. Today, because of its proven success in driving measurable value, the cost per acquisition is the gold standard of digital marketing. Today, at Awin, we enable brands to connect with over 250,000 traffic and sale-driving cost per acquisition media sources and partners. Exciting media sources and partners like Unidays, Top Cashback, Quidco, Groupon, Money Supermarket, Uswitch, Klarna, Revolut, Airtime Rewards. But more than this, Awin is now focused on transforming how businesses access not just media sources and technology, not just media sources and partners, but also how businesses access technologies. Remember this, that landscape of diverse opportunities caught up in those measurement and value silos, making your business less flexible, less aligned, driving up your costs and your opportunity loss. Well, today, all of this can be managed and accessed within a single platform, the Awin platform. And because it operates through a single platform with a unified, privacy-centric, data-light tracking infrastructure, Awin enables you to not just manage these opportunities, but also understand the interrelationships between them. So, for example, understanding how your basket re-engagement technology helps to re-engage your loyalty partner audiences, or how your product recommendation engine drives up conversion rates for your price comparison partners, or how your customer AI solution helps to increase average basket values for your influencers. Media, partnerships, and technology activated, managed, and measured on an attributed CPA. This is powerful stuff. And because it all operates through a single platform with a single tracking infrastructure, Awin also enables you to pay your technologies on an attributed CPA. So, for example, paying a lower cost per acquisition where your product recommendation engine is supported by another media source or partner, or paying a higher CPA where it's the sole converter in that customer's journey. How is this possible? The Awin MasterTag, our proprietary tracking and technology activation solution. In addition to measuring and recording all of your campaign success metrics like impressions, clicks, sales, revenue, or other custom tracking events like new customer acquisition or existing customers, the Awin MasterTag includes over 40 pre-integrated technology partners. And because they are pre-integrated, Awin allows you to seamlessly activate these technology partners through its platform. Today, over 120 leading brands are using Awin technology partners to deliver greater choice and value in their digital marketing strategies. Brands like Craghoppers, who use increasingly's AI product recommendation engine to deliver 30% revenue uplift. In the words of Alex from Craghoppers, working with Increasingly has been fantastic. The implementation was totally seamless. Or brands like Dixon's Carphone, who implemented smarter clicks, AI personalization, and delivered 33% growth against targets. In the words of Wesley from CPW, not only did they help us achieve a phenomenal uplift, the personalized activity more than accomplished our trading objectives. Or implementing innovative new technologies like Envolve, a customer service AI chatbot that you only pay for when it generates sales. Envolve delivered 15% increases in average basket values for a challenger vacuum brand. And in the words of Dan from Envolve, integrating with the Awin MasterTag has helped us speed up onboarding considerably, making our unique technology easily accessible to advertisers. I want to emphasize that This is happening today, and it's happening at scale. Last year, Awin Technology Partners delivered over £300 million in sales revenue for brands. And at Awin, we believe that this kind of technology and accessing innovative, breakthrough creators, founders, and technology partners is going to be the key to driving a new wave of growth in digital marketing. Technologies like apps, or leveraging technologies like AI and machine learning to drive greater growth. And these are the technologies that are driving innovation in digital marketing. And in Awin, we are committed to helping brands access them more easily than ever and measure their performance more precisely than ever. Okay, so I'm going to bring it to a close at this point. I hope that some of the ideas and examples I've shared inspire you to explore new ways to seek out opportunity through CPA media sources, partners, and technology. I also wanted to leave you with a thought from perhaps the greatest disruptor of our age, Jeff Bezos of Amazon. When asked about what drives success at Amazon, Jeff Bezos explained, "Our success is a function of how many experiments we do per year, per month, per week, per day. We've tried to reduce the cost of doing experiments so that we can do more of them." At Awin, we believe that accessing technologies easily is the key to unlocking this agile testing methodology. And paying for those technologies on an attributed cost per acquisition is the key to keeping it low cost and accessible to all. Thank you. If you would like to learn about more opportunities, please visit awin.com. We have some fantastic customer case studies. Or if you'd like to speak to one of our representatives, they'll be happy to schedule in a call with you and explain what value we could potentially deliver. And yeah, now I'll be happy to open up to questions.
Hi, James. I have a quick question, if that's okay. I wanted to ask you about the process in terms of how to get started with working with some of those partners and technologies that you've just mentioned. How does that work? As if I wanted to kind of join up as a brand, how does that whole process work?
Sorry, I didn't catch your name. What was that?
Oh, apologies. It's Nicola.
Ah, Nicola. Okay, and your question was you want to understand how to get started and how to start accessing some of these technologies, or how you might be able to find these relationships. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. So let's say I decide I want to join Awin. How do I start that process of building those relationships?
Okay, brilliant. So I think first and foremost, the Awin platform is designed to be fully accessible and fully transparent and fully open to all of our brands and also all of our media partners and technologies that we support as well. So within our platform, we have an open directory where all of our 250,000 partners are fully searchable and identifiable as well. And obviously, there's loads of neat functionality in it. So you can filter by different types of partners. You can do keyword searches. There's lots of great stuff built into the platform for that. So from that perspective, it's really, really accessible and really easy for you to find those potential opportunities. Also built into the platform, we have an inbuilt-in messaging system as well, so you can connect into partners. We also have an internal sort of marketing and awareness function as well, whereby we can feature brands and give them exposure to our partners as well. So there's loads of opportunities and loads of ways of getting you connected into those opportunities. Beyond that as well, we do offer consultation and support from our service teams as well. And there's things that they can do to also help you in finding those opportunities as well and getting you connected. We also host lots of things like webinars and tutorials and guest presentations from our media sources and our partners. Does that help?
Yeah, that really helps. I guess linked to that, my only other question is around kind of, like, it sounds like the system is easy to use, but presumably I'll need to invest some time into getting the best use out of it. So do you have I appreciate that it changes by how big your account is and how much you want to do, but do you have a feel for like how much time I would need to commit to it on average, or how many people I'd need, or how many hours I'd need?
It's a good question. It's a good question. I would say it really depends on your business size and also your expectations and your intentions for growing your reach through media sources, partners, and technology on a CPA. I would say that it's great to have an owner for this within your own business, if possible. Often we'll see in businesses, if it's an SME sized business, that person will also potentially oversee other parts of digital and marketing activity, and that person will be tasked also with growing these affiliate partnerships and technology partners on a cost per acquisition basis. So yeah, I think having someone in your team who can specialize in that is very helpful. It also helps to build relationships with your partners as well, because one of the things I perhaps didn't mention earlier, as much as technology is at the heart of what we do, the affiliate and partnerships channel is also a people-driven channel as well. It's not built out of all these impersonal algorithms that you might see in other platforms. There's a lot of personal interconnection and relationships with these partners that you'll potentially be working with. So having someone on your side to do that is very helpful as well. You can also, we have service teams, as I mentioned before, so you can also look at those, and they're more than happy to scale to your needs. Or in some instances, you may look at contracting or working with an agency partner. At Awin, we work with 160 leading agencies in the UK and globally. So yeah, there's many options for you. What are your thoughts on it, Nicola? Do you think that this is something that your business might consider sort of committing to or going into?
I think so. I think that, I mean, if I'm being really candid, my fear is that it feels like something that is more accessible for big businesses. Like, does this work for a small business? Like, my business is really small. Like, is this something we can get on board with, or is this designed for, like, your big retailers with huge websites with hundreds of thousands of visitors?
I think that's a really good question. Historically, the affiliate channel actually was very much dominated by big brands, and there wasn't much adaptation of it to the needs of smaller businesses. But in the past 5 years, and especially in the past year at Awin, we've been particularly committed on making affiliate marketing, partnerships, and cost per acquisition marketing overall far more accessible to smaller businesses. So in January this year, we launched Awin Access, which is our low-cost, low-risk, entry-level solution specifically for businesses that are grassroots or a startup or a scale-up, and perhaps aren't necessarily that confident in expanding into the channel, and what they really want to do is move into it and scale gradually. So we've launched Access. As I say, it's a really low price point entry-level solution, but also the commercials are low risk as well. So you won't find yourself locked into a lengthy contract. And of course, it's designed because we understand that small businesses need some time to find their feet, to breathe and to grow as well. So that's absolutely an opportunity that's available. We have some really, really great case studies and success stories of brands that have grown with us on an SME level in the past year. One that it's just been an absolute standout to us is Pack-A-Mask. There's a great study on Awin around that. Down your high street as well, there's another great one there as well. And we have been absolutely blown away by the uptake of Awin amongst SME businesses. So we see this as a really big growth area for everybody in the future as well.
Thank you. That's really helpful.
Yeah. Did you have any other questions about any of the sort of reporting or any of the tracking or any of the other things that I talked about, or anything just fundamentally around the cost per acquisition model, Nicola? Is that something that you currently use in your business, the cost per acquisition model?
Not massively, if I'm honest. We're still quite small, so this is quite new to us. I was kind of, I guess, under a misapprehension that affiliates we were a bit too small for it, but it sounds like that's absolutely not the case. I mean, I'm interested to go and have a look at was it Access that you said, the kind of for grassroots businesses?
Yeah. So if you go onto the AWIN site and you look for Access, you'll find full information about Access there, and that could be very helpful. How are you finding your digital marketing overall, Nicola?
We do most of the stuff that we're doing from a digital perspective, or the newer stuff, has been around kind of influencers in terms of looking at kind of the Instagram and the social activity. So actually, sorry, I'm hogging this, but my last question is around kind of the tracking and how it works across devices, because a lot of our sales come from mobile devices, but we do know that people are, you know, starting on a desktop in the day and then, you know, perhaps finishing the journey at tea time on the mobile. Like, how does the tracking work? Can it move across like that?
Yep. So obviously with the changes in mobile, again, which have been a key element in disruption, AWIN, I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago, we upgraded all of our tracking to provide not only device level tracking, so mobile, desktop and tablet. Our tracking is also set up to be cross device as well. So seeing maybe where someone starts a journey on desktop, but then completes their purchase on mobile. And also we fully support in-app tracking as well. I don't know if you've got an app yet, Nick. Maybe you don't, you know, but we do support in-app tracking as well through mobile measurement partners as well. So yeah, we're fully geared up for all devices to help your business grow. Nick, thank you very much for your questions. Those have been some really great questions. I hope you can find some opportunities with AWIN. I think Access definitely sounds like it could be a great one for you. I'm going to open it up to another question now, if that's okay. So yeah, we'll see who's on the line. Ian. I hear you may be on mute, Ian. I think that's the phrase.
Nope, I'm not.
Oh, no, you're not?
I'm not on mute.
Yep, we can hear you loud and clear.
Perfect.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Very good.
Well, I was enjoying listening to some of Nicola's questions as well as your briefing, and had a quick look on the website and had a look at this new entry level advertiser solution that you were discussing. And I just wanted to understand what the terminology on here, where it says once integrated, clients are able to immediately use AWIN's intuitive platform to begin building direct partnerships with over 200,000 vetted published partners. What are they? Can you just explain that a bit for me? Well, you've talked about vetted publisher partners.
Sure, yeah. I think this is important. This is not a network of 250,000 vets. This is a network of partners and publishers that AWIN, before allowing them onto our network, we do a whole bunch of ID verification and security checks against them as well. Because in the very early days of digital marketing, it was a bit of a Wild West. And a lot of people got burnt decades ago in digital marketing through people doing not very good things. Because of this, AWIN, from its inception, committed to ensuring that it only allowed quality publishers and partners onto its network. So on the point of signing up, all of our publishers have to fill out an application form. We have people manually reviewing those, checking that they have live sites, that all of their information checks out, and we also run additional ID checks on them. AWIN is the only player in this field that actually requires its publishers to pay a £5 sign-up fee, and we use that £5 sign-up fee to pay for all of the ID checks that we conduct as well. So, you know, for us, I think an important thing about like AWIN and how we work as well is AWIN is a performance business itself, right? AWIN only grows by value being delivered to partners as well. So when we're delivering that value, we want to ensure that it's good value through quality partners as well. So appreciate I've given you quite a lot of detail there, but is that helpful, Ian?
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'll be watching the video afterwards on the website.
Oh, good, very good. Yeah. Are you thinking about potentially moving into this yourself, Ian?
We're a startup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is this thing behind your head is a immersive lighting system for fitness industry.
No way.
Yeah, so this
so explain that to me. What is immersive lighting for fitness?
Okay, have you been to a gym recently? It's not an insulting question.
Well, if you watch the beginning of my talk, actually, I've been working out a fair bit. But before all of this, despite this shirt fitting me a little bit more tightly this year, I was big into the gym for sure. Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
So you would have been into the cycling rooms and hopefully
cycling.
Oh, here we go.
Spin. Are you talking about
there
spin?
You go. Spin rooms, yes. Well, they're called cycle studios. Spins are
brilliant. Yeah.
Trademark. Yeah. So this system is designed to go on the ceiling. It came from me going to a cycling class in the gym in 2014 and thinking this is pretty boring. And the speed that I can cycle, I can make the lights react to that. So I designed this system, and we're just coming to market now. It's manufactured in the UK, and we start getting our first stocks in April. So we're at that launch point, and this product is aimed to be a global product, so manufactured in the UK and exported.
That's fantastic.
But it's also direct B2B, so that's the reason why I'm in this particular breakout room, because the whole of the digital marketing and order processing is all very much on the table at the moment. We're playing around with it.
And one of the things I would add is often for B2B businesses, actually, I know I focused a lot on cost per acquisition in the early part of my talk, but we do also support cost per lead based activity as well. So we've got a whole product built out for that, because we do find that, in B2B, sometimes the people making the decisions and buying the things, it can sometimes take a little bit, it could be sometimes a little bit of a longer sell, right? Like I'm sure the people that are going to be initially registering interest for your product may not be ultimately the ones that end up, putting the payment through, for example.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
We have a cost per lead offering there specifically for business. So yeah, if you wanted to look into that, that would be the way to go for you. I'm just interested, sort of, for your digital marketing approaches, what are you currently looking at the moment? What channels?
So the web developers have put into a program for, obviously, Google, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is viewed as a big important access point to the people we're aiming for, gym owners. There's also industry magazines, which would be taking traditional advertising in. But there's so much to absorb and learn on there. We've realised that we need to employ an in-house specialist. So we're currently advertising. We're actually interviewing for, I've done 2 already, for our own digital marketing person, which we've never had before.
Well, who knows? You may get some more. You may get some more applications on the back of this, right?
Who knows?
Completely. Well, I think it sounds like a good opportunity for you as well. I'm just interested to understand. So this product, you've developed it recently, and it's launching this year. Is that right?
Yeah, April. Well, the website's live now, but the ordering process for the clients would be live in April when we got.
And is this your first venture?
No, this is company number 3. I've got the other 2 companies are still running. This is like an offshoot, if you like, a new idea.
So you're a serial founder, I suppose. Yeah. Fantastic. Well, that sounds really great. I mean, I would recommend you, by all means, go and have a look at the site. Well, you're already looking at the site.
I'm doing that, yeah.
Well, was there anything else in there that might be of interest to you, or any other questions that you might have relating to this?
I mean, a lot of the questions that I had, you covered your invitation. That's the reason I'm in this to learn more about it. And it's just, there's so much information to pick up across all different aspects of what we're doing, logistics and plugging in between for e-commerce to accounts. There's so much to learn. And I need to get an overview on all these things to delegate them to staff to deal with.
What e-commerce platform are you using for your site, by the way?
I can't answer that one.
It's all right. I was just going to say, because we do have an out-of-the-box integration with Shopify. You may not be using them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're not using Shopify.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just going to say, if that was one that you're using, we do have an integration for that. So, we're trying to make it as simple as possible. Again, it's a big theme for us, making it easy, accessible, measurable through our platform.
There's a lot of stuff for B2C, but not so much for B2B, and that's where we are. So it's a little bit more targeted.
Of course, yeah. Well, B2B is a big segment for us as well. So I would definitely say that it's worth looking at. I would also say, again, you know, at AWIN, we're always happy to have a conversation as well. So, you know, if you want to, you know, register your interest, then someone will happily give you, you know,
we'll do that.
Time and a chat. All right, brilliant. Ian, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate your call as well. That's great. Thank you.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers, bye. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody, for joining me today. I've really, really appreciated the opportunity to spend some time with you and to answer some really great questions as well. We're going to draw it up to a close now. If you have further questions or anything else you'd like to know about affiliate marketing or cost per acquisition, partnerships and technology, please visit awin.com. And we've got loads of information available, or book in some time with one of our representatives to have a consultation. Thank you.